Welcome to the truth about what highly sensitive people need to flourish their purpose. This is part two of It's Not What You Think. And as we know, your flourishing your purpose is so essential to this world that urgently needs your gifts and to be able to go to new levels of accessing those skills and abilities that are within you, as I discussed in the previous video in this series. That takes the ability to absorb what supports you and your healing visionary purpose. And in order to absorb that, you need to have openness, openness to this aspect, this potential, and not just in your mind, but really in the overriding energy of your being. And as much as highly sensitive people tend to be known for their openness, we too can have openness zappers, as I discussed in that previous video, of preconceived ideas, distractions, and mistrust that keeps us from truly absorbing what we need for going to that new level. To give an example in my own life, I experienced a powerful initiation into a high frequency healing form. And in practicing that, a fellow healer came over and he's whining. I mean, he is whining and whining. And that was kind of unappealing. And as an empath, I'm wanting to step back from that. But I also know we're moving into this high frequency energy together. And as I said, I'm, new to this from decades ago. And this healing mode was such high vibration that it brought forward my gift of receiving guidance, of receiving information. And during this session, I saw this Charlie the Tuna-like character, and it was saying, "Quit your whining." And I always check. I didn't want to make any assumptions here. I always check, is this for the person on the table or is this message for me? And nope, it was for the person on the table. And is this something for me to share with them afterwards or not? Always worth checking. And the answer, to my dismay, was yes. I felt extremely uncomfortable about sharing this message. In fact, at that point, I felt uncomfortable about sharing any messages, but to get one that sounded so blunt to me and also was one that I agreed with, I really felt very uncomfortable about that. And so my throat is clenched up, but I am feeling this nudge just continuing and to tell me that I needed to share this message with him. And so in our talking afterward, when I did, to my amazement, he didn't blink an eye. He was not the least bit uncomfortable with that message. And in fact, years later, he told me that and meeting the woman who later became his wife were the two best things that happened to him that year. Now, it completely blew me away, and completely blew me away to begin with, that he didn't have any concerns about that message and he really took it to heart. And I came to realize that I was the one who was judging the message. Right. And so still my opening to the vibration and trusting it enough to follow through, share the message, right? That kind of frequency is a key element in the auric strength building process that I use in the Flourish Your Purpose Essential Evolution Program. Because frequency, raising our frequency, helps us go beyond the conscious mind and open to what really suits us, to open to that next level of our skills and abilities. If you're curious to learn more about the auric strength building process or the Flourish Your Purpose program, leave a heart in the comments. And in the meantime, I want to thank you so much for being here and for being you. And if you have found this video of interest, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Namaste and many blessings to you, my friend.